I have to say, while it makes no sense that we, as witches, are watching a show about witch hunters, I quite like this one.
Wait until you see the terrible ending, you'll change your mind.
You've already watched it all? When did you find time for that?
The benefits of working from home.
Yes, but don't spoil her, please.
I do have a couple of issues with it though. Like the younger brother's hairstyle, it keeps getting worse from season to season. And does the older brother realize that he and the angel in the trench coat are in love with each other? Because the unresolved sexual tension is killing me.
Well, that plotline is one of the reasons why the ending sucks.
No spoilers.
Hey, I wasn't going to actually spoil anything, but that's no excuse to ruin our fun.
I didn't switch off the TV. You were the one sitting on the remote.
And now the news. It's Friday the 13th, and that doesn't bode well. Legend has it that when this unlucky date coincides with the night of a full moon, the gates of hell will open. Thankfully, tonight is no such night, only in places like Forgotten Hollow and Glimmerbrook, where the moon is always full, and the poor fuckers living there are always in danger. If only something could be done about that.
Enough, Aya.
What? But I wasn't. I just happened to be in the neighborhood and noticed the front door was open, so I came in to warn you.
How many more times do you need to hear it? I'm not going to help you get rid of the perpetual full moon just because you have an issue with your familiar.
In a way, bitch is your familiar too, Evangelina. We're sisters after all.
Half-sisters, and you only bring that up when you want something. Forget it.
Fine, I never asked for your help anyway. I asked for your daughters.
Lumi may be a moon priestess, but no single person is powerful enough to just undo an ancient spell that the 13 witches put on the moon. It's supposed to be a reminder of Mother Moon.
I know, Purple Shrek, spare us all the history lesson. But if we work together...
The answer is no. Now piss off, before I throw salt at you.
That only repels ghosts and demons, not witches.
Can we be entirely sure that she's not a demon?
Either way, salt has no magical properties. What bullshit are you on?
Spoilers. But never mind. You should really go now, Aya.
Really? That's strange. Do you think she, did it on purpose? I see. If there's anything I can do for you. Okay, talk to you later.
Party poopers. I thought this was exactly the kind of thing that family is for.
That doesn't sound like you can persuade them to help you.
No, but I'll find another way. No reason to make a face like someone died.
Actually, someone did die. Remember the Embers, from Sulani?
Remy, that merman running the lounge, and his sexually precocious daughter Muriel?
There was a mother in that picture too, Eileen. But she left the family years ago, and today, she left the world. Shannon just told me. Apparently, Eileen died from eating a death flower.
Really? How could she be so stupid to eat something with death in its name?
That's the question. Was she just being stupid, or... But anyway, I thought those death flowers were harmless. Didn't Remy use them as an ingredient in his most famous cocktail?
Only the petals. Maybe the rest of the flower is poisonous. Or maybe Eileen was allergic. No idea. For all we know, she might have just tried and failed to make her own version of Angel's Grace.
If that is a possibility, I choose to believe it.
Oh, bitch. What are you doing here?
Hell if I know. You summoned me. Need your familiar to fight off the supernatural forces that keep you from your important university-related research? Unless that's not actually what you're doing. You're scrolling through obituaries.
Well, now that you're here anyway. Did you know that Tally's father, Dan Tallien Duplantier the 8th, died last weekend? Tomorrow is his funeral.
Yes, I was there. Well, not really, but I learned it directly from the people closest to him. There was something about Amar's past, the witch hunters, me turning into a werewolf, and it was all very stupid and embarrassing, and I'd rather not talk about it.
No idea why this bothers me so much. I didn't even know the guy personally, and only barely know his son. But something about it reminds me of... Never mind, it just scares me.
You need emotional support. Maybe that's why you summoned me, albeit not intentionally.
Say bitch, do you ever think about death?
I didn't really have time for that yet. I only came with a 3-year warranty when your mother summoned my spirit into this body, and without that special treat you gave me for my birthday earlier this year, I would already have gone back to wherever I was before.
It's strange, isn't it? Death has been a constant companion to all living things ever since the dawn of time, yet we know so little about it. I only know that I hate death. What if?
Hey Willy, it's getting late. Wouldn't you rather call it a day and leave?
Ti amo. First bitch, now you too.
You're working too hard. Take this from someone who went through university before you. You're not going to fail your final exams if you don't spend every waking hour studying for them. And you still have 2.5 weeks left.
It's not just that. I'm also personally interested in the subjects I'm studying. I could spend entire nights just reading about Salvadorian history, for example.
Or we could just visit the Museum of Haunted History and learn more about Salvadorian skinwalker relics right there.
It's going to be almost midnight until we get there. Do you think it's still open?
What kind of haunted history museum would it be if it wasn't open at midnight? Come on. You too, bitch, whatever you're doing here. We'll get you back to Ramara afterwards.
As long as dogs are allowed at that museum, fine by me. But I'm not going to wait outside.
Loki? Please, if you can hear us, give us a sign. Loki, where are you?
You're not in any trouble for running away, I promise. We just want you back home safe.
Perhaps he's gone to the cemetery. Fuck. I hate this weather.
Go home, Willy.
But he's still out here. What if the magic thieves found him?
They'd never touch him. Remember what happened to the last magic thief that got in my way?
Your wraith instincts took over and you ripped him to shreds. I don't want that to happen again, especially not in front of Loki. But that's not even the only danger out here. What if he's freezing?
Don't forget that he's part vampire, like me. The cold doesn't hurt us as much as you. Really, go home, I'll look for him at the cemetery.
Okay, but let me know immediately when you find him.
Of course.
Ti amo?
Yes.
Sorry we fought. It seems so ridiculous now, as if we had nothing else to worry about.
I know. Let's just forget about it. There you are. We've been looking for you. What are you doing here?
Nothing. Just visiting my other dad. And grandma.
You miss them very much, don't you? I understand. I miss them too. We can visit them more often if you want. But please, don't come here all by yourself. The woods aren't safe, you know.
It didn't feel safe at home either.
What do you mean?
You and Aunt Wilbeka were arguing. I hate it when you do that.
I'm sorry. Is that why you ran away?
I thought, if you're mad at me, maybe you won't be mad at each other.
Oh, Loki.
If Grandma was still here, she wouldn't allow that. I don't remember her much, but I know that when she was speaking, everybody else was quiet.
Your grandmother always knew how to handle her family. Never the nicest and not always the most sensitive person, but she'd go to any lengths necessary to protect the people closest to her.
Do you think that was enough? To get her into heaven, I mean. And a bitch and my other dad there too.
I'm not sure I believe in that kind of afterlife.
Aunt Evelyn always said that good people go to heaven. But if heaven isn't real, there has to be some other place we go after we die. What is that place?
I don't know, honey, but I know of a warm and cozy place that really exists, and it's not far from here. Would you like to go there? I promise you don't even have to die first.
Are there people arguing there?
No, not anymore.
Then let's go home.
"13 witches, hear my bidding. The Popescus are useless, I'm not kidding. I asked them to help me obscure the full moon, so my familiar can come back home soon. But they care more about ancient conventions than a family member's noble intentions. If the wolf can be defeated in any other way, Just let me hear your thoughts, okay?
I am Amini, hear my reply, for one of the 13 witches am I. If you cannot change the lunar phases, look for a solution in different places. For bitch's condition may be hard to cure, but that doesn't mean she must suffer for sure. To help her adjust to the werewolf shtick, Salvadorian magic might do the trick.
So we traveled all the way to that museum for nothing.
I wouldn't say that. At least it got your mind off things, and we got to spend a little time with bitch.
True. I miss having her around. She can be here by day, but that's not enough. Hopefully we'll get her back soon.
Keep doing as I say, and you'll get much more than that.
Mum, why are you putting on the mischief shades? Are you going somewhere tonight?
Indeed. I finally know how to help bitch, and could have done so already if Leviathan and Grande hadn't broken our skinwalker relic. I'll get us a new one from the Museum of Haunted History.
Forget it, we were there just an hour ago. The museum is temporarily closed to get rid of the entire Salvadorian collection.
What? Why?
Because those relics keep getting stolen.
First the Popescu's refused to help, now this. It's like the powers that be don't want bitch to come back home. But never mind, I'll just ask Vera instead. She was trying to help Elisa's werewolf friend Draco. Surely she must have made some progress in the meantime.
You're going right now?
Of course. We all know how much Vera loves these unannounced visits by night.
Wait until tomorrow. We might meet her at Dantalion Duplantier the 8th's funeral.
You mean Tally, the stuck-up librarian? He's dead?
No, his father. I happened upon an obituary while researching something. Anyway, it's late, I should go to bed. Good night.
How do you happen upon an obituary while studying for your final exams? What exactly was she researching?
She was being shady for the sake of being shady, even while studying. That's my girl. I'm more surprised about the magic community announcing a witch's funeral online, whereas Grande had to hear about Eileen Ember's death from his blue pill of happiness.
Who is Eileen Ember?
No one you'd know. But still, don't tell your sister about it. She seems distraught enough over the death of that other stranger, for whatever reason.
I can't accept this. Those witch hunters aren't going to get away with what they did.
I know, Faye. And when they read the obituary, they'll know too. Your warning was clear enough. But now is not the time to plot revenge. Now is the time to mourn.
We might as well mourn at home. We don't have my father's body, or even his ashes to bury. That's why I didn't want this funeral in the first place. It's a farce.
So we'll bury an empty urn. What difference does it make? Even if we had his body, his soul would still be gone.
Doesn't feel right either way.
None of this is right. But we'll get through it, and then, as I said, the witch hunters are going to pay. Let's go greet the guests.
Poor Dantalion. As much as he dislikes his family's many traditions, they do make for a reliable set of rules to go by. But when something happens that doesn't adhere to those rules, no one knows what to do.
Has nothing like this ever happened before in the family's history?
Sure it has. Dantalion Duplantier I was declared dead after disappearing off the face of the earth one day, but no body was ever recovered. In fact, that was the very reason they built this mausoleum. Burying an empty urn is easier than keeping to the witches' much older tradition of pouring the ashes of the dead into the abyss, when there aren't any remains left.
Good point. Who is the lady in this painting then? The first family member that was actually laid to rest here?
No, she definitely isn't resting here either. They say it's a portrait of the High Witch of Time Manipulation, painted mere weeks before she passed away, or was killed, or disappeared. Accounts vary on what exactly happened to her. People dying or vanishing under mysterious circumstances seems to be yet another tradition in this family, albeit one that nobody cares to talk about.
Well, I hope your daughter won't make any rash decisions because of it. She could never take on the witch hunters alone.
She won't. Not today at least.
Humph. I don't see Vera anywhere. After seeing her at Ali's birthday party, I assumed she was friends with the family. But perhaps she has better things to do than attending a boring funeral, considering that not even the dead guy himself could be bothered to show up in person.
It's because they haven't found the body. Show some respect, Mum.
Please? I didn't even know the guy personally, but came here anyway because you asked me to, all dressed in black, as it should be. Make me show any more respect, and I'll grow a fucking halo.
I think the ceremony is about to start.
Yeah, have fun. Oh no.
Wait.
Sageless Age. A pleasure, as usual. But I'm looking for someone else, and you're already late for a funeral, so I shouldn't keep you any longer.
Who are you looking for? I might be able to help.
Fine. It's Vero, and by extension Draco, the magic community's new werewolf.
Good thing you found me then, because you won't find them here. They went on vacation together to celebrate their progress in dealing with Draco's condition.
So she removed his fur, and now she's probably removing his clothes too as we speak. That's Vero all over.
Oh, she didn't cure him. Apparently that's not possible.
What? But I thought... Where did they go on vacation? Selvadorada by any chance?
No, Vero would never return to that place voluntarily. I think they're on Sulani.
Close enough. One of the islands is a portal to the magic realm, so I can be there in no time.
She won't appreciate that.
And I didn't appreciate running into you here, but you did tell me where to find Vero, so I'll let it slide. And now it's time to get out of these fugly morning rags.
D'Antalien Duplantier VIII was a good man. Always full of life, and with a good joke up his sleeve for almost any situation. That's why he wouldn't want us to be sad today. To the contrary, we should be happy for him, because his soul has moved on to a better place. A place where we're all going to meet again someday. Because as different as we may be in life, death is the one thing that unites us all.
Fucking bullshit. There goes all the respect I ever had for Domaris.
What's the matter? You think she's lying?
She's definitely not telling the truth. If death was a good thing, it wouldn't hurt so much, would it?
I'm so sorry for your loss. Like the High Priestess said, your husband was a good man.
Are you sure? You could never stand him, or me.
Faye, that's not fair.
But it's the truth. You said it yourself after she left you, Pompiliu. And the death of my husband is giving me enough trouble, even without your ex's faint condolences. So let me be unfair today.
Fine. Have it your way then.
Where are you going, Delilah?
Home. Well, you're home, to watch over your son. Having only Bitch as his babysitter may not be the best idea. She can protect him from intruders, sure, but what's she supposed to do if he gets hungry?
Then I suppose we should go too. Doesn't seem like we're welcome here anyway.
Do you really believe it was suicide? Why would she do that? There were no warning signs. Or maybe we just weren't paying attention.
I can't tell you, Shannon. I may have been her husband once, and Muriel her daughter, but we weren't close in those past few years. You knew her much better than we did, and you're the one who found her in her flat.
But she didn't leave a note behind. Unless that necromancer tourist can bring her back to life, I'm afraid we'll never know what she was thinking in her final moments.
Seems pretty obvious to me. She never felt like she belonged. The Sea Hag refused to make her a mer person like the rest of her family, so she found herself a new family in the Apostles of St. Dars. But maybe the Divine Oracle didn't appreciate her enough. Be that as it may, I hope she's happier wherever she is now.
Probably not, or at least not yet. They say 9 out of 10 people who are about to kill themselves regret their decision just when it's too late. I question the base of that statistic though. The only ones who could possibly tell you about it afterwards are the ones who survived.
Is that you, Arya Mamini?
Yes, Remy Alemba, it's me. Grandy told me what happened. I suppose that's why Blue Shrek is not banned from entering your lounge anymore, because Eileen was a mutual friend?
Doesn't explain why you're here though.
You were talking about some necromancer tourist before. Sounds like the person I'm looking for. Do you know where she is?
She's staying at the holiday home up the road, the same one your family rented 5 months ago.
Thanks. By the way, whether or not there were warning signs you could have picked up on, if she did kill herself, it was ultimately her own decision that had more to do with her than with any of you. So stop blaming yourselves.
Easier said than done.
I know, but you can't force someone to live a life they don't want, neither with sympathy nor with necromancy. And with things you can't change, the only thing you can do is accept them and adapt. I hope you'll find the strength to get through this. Goodbye. What do you mean it's not possible? The ageless sage said the same thing, but the High Witch specifically told me that Salvadoradian magic was the solution to my problem, and you promised you'd find a way to cure Draco.
Which I did, just not in the way you think.
Vero, where's my shirt again?
I think you lost it in the bathroom, while we were doing, you know what?
Lord of the Underworld, I still can't get the images out of my head. Please don't tell me that was the cure you mentioned, and that I'll have to practice bestiality to help my poor familiar.
Draco is still a werewolf, and probably will be forever. But he's no longer a ferocious beast that completely loses control during a full moon. I used ancient Salvadoradian magic to help him accept his inner wolf, and that's exactly what you need to do for Bitch. After all, with things you can't change, the only thing you can do is accept them and adapt.
Shit, I recall hearing that before. From my own mouth.
Time flows, nobody knows the years go by. Where we go alone from here. Night falls, strange color walls, my eyes deceive. What is wrong with me? Deep in the night you think everything's right. Tell it to yourself. Say it's just a nightmare. Something is telling you nothing can change where you are again. Why should it matter? Your dreams of a child, innocence is gone. Only fear to play with. Faces are changing, but nothing is changing the pain. Too late.